Nancy, thank you so much for coming today and to spend some time just to let us know what you've experienced through coaching and what it has done for your business. Now, will you take a moment and introduce yourself, Nancy?
Of course. First and foremost, I want to thank you, Paul, for having me. My name is Nancy Brown. I've been a realtor for 7 years, and my sales volume is 7 million.
This is wonderful. You know, I love that number. Seven is my favorite number.
Likewise.
You and I have been working together and coaching along the way. What can you identify that has changed in your business?
I can definitely identify a greater purpose in my business, definitely more focused purpose. Before I used to be scatterbrained or feeling like I'm running a rat race because real estate can be that sometimes. But with your coaching, it's helped me have more purpose in what I'm doing, more thoughtful purpose. So I'm a little more driven to reach my goals because of that.
Okay. And do you mind telling us a little bit more about, you say scatterbrain and kind of like define that a little bit for us. Like, what do you mean in details?
I just always felt like I was always on the go. I didn't have a schedule down. If I got a referral, I would quickly call that referral, but there was no real system in place, no order. So I just always felt like I was chasing my tail, to be quite honest.
What has changed for you? Tell us a little bit about that.
I believe the coaching helped me acquire several skills or even sharpen those skills that I never knew I had. The thing about the coaching, it made me dive in to myself. When you would ask me questions, I would often look to you for some guidance or guided answers, but you would always ask me to look a little deeper. And so through the coaching, I was able to develop my organizational skills, which has completely changed my business. Through the organizational skills, it's helped me put a schedule together. If it's not in my phone, not on my calendar, it doesn't exist, as you often reminded me. So that tool has definitely helped me. Definitely beginning with the end in mind. Again, I would get a referral or I would, scout out new clients, and I just felt like it was a rat race. But now that I have an end goal in mind, it definitely helps me to work with a greater purpose because I know what I'm working towards. And the final thing I would say that it helped me with was definitely having more focus, having that tunnel vision, being able to work on a client's file or work with a client to completion, get them done and move on to the next. So I appreciate and attribute a lot of my success to the coaching.
Wow. NAR says that more than 80% of realtors fail.
Wow.
More than 80% of realtors fail. But listen to this tool and this technique of coaching. Getting involved in coaching, professional coaching, will help you as a realtor to gain that six-figure income. These are some of the tools that you need to have in order to be successful. And this is a live testimony of how it can work for you. You also mentioned, Nancy, that when you are attributing to the success of that $7 million in volume that you're knocking out the park, that it also comes from in the coaching with you being able to stay focused.
Yes.
And beginning with the end in mind.
So important. Most important, probably.
I believe so as well. Believe so as well. When you talk about the beginning with the end in mind, what Nancy's sharing is something that we've all been doing as a top producer for decades. Beginning with the end in mind means that you actually think out. You come into the year, for example, and Nancy, you do that quite often. You come into the year and you say, hey, it's January. What do you want to make this year? Oh, I want to make 200,000. And then we break it down. We break it down into quarterly pieces. And then we break it down into monthly pieces, and then even my technique of the daily pieces. It's amazing when we come down to that dollar amount.
Yes.
A lot of people don't know that daily technique. You say, oh, well, why do I need to calculate my daily technique of telling yourself when you wake up this morning, well, I need to put together a deal to make $350. Yeah, right?
Yes.
But remember, when we went through that exercise, we were like, it seems pointless, but it's so real. It helps us so much in coaching.
Yes.
Nancy, we are so grateful for you to be able to share these things with us and share your success and how coaching has helped you and it continues to be a part of your life.
Thank you.
I want to ask one final question.
Okay.
Nancy, can you tell us all that you've learned in coaching? These things that you've learned, do you consider them to be temporary learning or is it permanent learning for you?
I would definitely say that this is permanent learning. As a student of lifelong learning, I am more apt to things that, are instilled in you forever because you just need those skills forever in your life. So these things that I've been able to sharpen through the coaching program are here to stay.
Nice.
So they're not going anywhere. This is definitely a forever move. Absolutely.
So many times we as realtors get involved in coaching that is a technique that does not provide the permanent learning. I want you to think for a minute. When you coach, you're typically hearing your coach tell you what to do. But with the professional coaching that we do, you will find a thought-provoking environment that allows you the ability to be creative in your own mind. Let me sum it up for you. When you receive professional coaching, it allows you the ability to create your own motivation. And when you create your own motivation, it allows you the ability to sustain your own motivation for many, many years to come. And this is what Nancy have discovered, is that she created her own motivation so she can sustain the motivation longer. Then when somebody tells you what to do, you're only motivated in the presence of the person. So coaching is an amazing tool for you to gain 6 figures. Nancy, is there anything that you'd like to tell us before we wrap this up and how coaching has helped?
I just think if anyone's really serious about their business, you definitely invest in yourself first, and that would include coaching. It's definitely changed my whole outlook on my business, and it's made it something where one day I can eventually sell,
Yes.
or one day I can eventually pass it on to my future heirs. So I would highly suggest coaching to anyone who is really serious about taking their business to that next level.
Wonderful. This is amazing. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
You say some important things, and thank you again, Nancy. I appreciate your time and just coming and sharing. Always a pleasure to see you.
Likewise, Paul. Thank you.
Thank you.